Hi, this is a quick demo of the first version of Tutuca Agent, an agent that runs fully on the browser using the core of the Pi agent with custom tools specific for Tutuca, but everything running on the browser. The only thing that runs server side is a simple proxy for the LLMs and serving the static assets. This is the whole server. 68 lines of code. The rest is all running in the browser. The idea is that you can ask this to, for example, create a MVC component, and it will load the skills details for Tutuca because it can load skills. It loads the skill file for core, loads the skill for Marga UI, which is the UI framework, list components. There are no components. As you can see, the tools are high level and in the domain of the problem. They are not like read, write, and bash. And now it's going to generate for a while. And the idea here is to show that you can create agents tailored to your domain, even when that domain doesn't map files. So you don't use either because you don't want to or because you prefer to provide higher level tools like the ones you're seeing here and not just low level read, write, and bash. And it was the last objective in my quest to first see if a coding agent can be modified with skills and CLI tools to code in a framework that's not in the training set, and then if I can create a custom coding agent that is not in the read write bash paradigm, is exposing high level tools, and if it can use those tools effectively. And the other one is if you can create a visual interactive agent, a UI for the agent, and not do a terminal user interface as the cool kids do nowadays. And so here we can see that it wrote the component and it gave some description. Now it's linting. That's another tool. It can lint the component. It found 16 errors, so it's probably going to fix them. And so all of this is again running in the browser. The previous version, if you saw any of the previous videos, I have a CLI that provides this functionality, but the core of that CLI can be run in the browser too. So now it rewrote the component trying to fix the lints. Lint again, no issues. And I have my to-do MVC. I'm going to assume that it works. And here I can see examples, like a storybook style example, and tests. It didn't expose any text, and I can see the source if I want to. Let's say create more examples in multiple states at tests. So here in the left, I have like a scope that is the whole agent. So it can create components and see other components. And here I'm in the selected component, and the chat here is scoped to this component. So it can read and write this component and only read the other components. In case I see like implement this, like this other component, it can go and check how the other component is implemented, but it can't modify it because I'm scoped to this component. This is an idea of scopes I was just exploring. The other one I did differently is like I'm doing reverse chronological order, like social media, like the box at the top and newer things on top, so you don't have to be scrolling, but also so that the UI doesn't scroll that much. You can keep your focus on the top. So let's see. So what I did there is like it loaded the skill again because it's in a different scope. Here I wouldn't need that. It read the component, loaded the skill for testing, and expanded examples. Let's see if that's true. So I have the default example. I don't see the example being, maybe it hasn't finished yet, or, and let's see, maybe I have a bug. uh, And let's see. It's still writing. It's because when it's streaming, there you go. It looks like until it has the green border, it's not finished. So it's like streaming. So now I linted the component again, run the tests, 13 passed, 0 fails. And I can now go and check black slate, active focus mode, like toggling the filter over here, and I have tests here for the thing. So let's do a simpler one. Let's see what I can do. Just to show that it can like create multiple components and show them here. So now I assume like it leads components is one, doesn't have to reload the skills because it's in the context, writes the component, lints, no issues found. That's an easier one. So yeah, looks pretty good. So this is the first version of the Tutuca agent, the last hypothesis I wanted to check if I can make an agent code in something that is not in the training set, and then if I can create a coding agent that is not in the terminal, not text based, but also not read, write, and bash based.